scuba dive I did up in St. Lucie County on a day where we had a pretty strong thermocline. The top of the thermocline was dirty and I got below it and it was real clear. My buddy had lost a gag grouper freediving, and I went down to take a look. As I approached, it looks like a grouper laying there out in the sand, but I didn't really believe it at first. There he was, just sitting there. So that's a good 17, 20 pound grouper at least. And unbelievably, I make a terrible shot, way too high. Not much I can do, I just kind of can't pull on them. I figure I'd let them maybe hole up and I could try to find them in a hole maybe. And he tears off. And he's gone. Super frustrating. It's such an easy shot. Time to line it up. And still mess it up somehow. So just try to reload and take a look and see if I could maybe find where he went. Not too optimistic. There's a tremendous amount of cover here where he could go. There's some Jewfish. At least, maybe more. Yeah, I couldn't find him. I looked around and couldn't find him. That little Jewfish was only about 30 or 40 pounds. I didn't recognize it as a Jewfish at first. He's so little. It's good to see those smaller Jewfish. You don't see them very often on the reefs. Usually they're at least 150 pounds or something. So they're pretty easy to recognize that they're not a grouper that you can shoot. A lot of bait fish, a lot of snook, a lot of life on this stuff. I think I thought maybe one of those Jewfish was a fish to shoot, or a snook, and then I see that snapper. I take off kind of sprinting after it. And I make a pretty darn good shot on the run like that. I don't know how the heck I make that shot and mess up on a bigger target that's sitting there. Generally use my knife to scramble their brain and put them to sleep. I haven't seen any sharks in this dive. I'm probably going to just decide to put the fish in a catch bag on my waist. I'm using a Mako enclosed track gun. They're pretty easy to reload with the enclosed track pretty quick. That's what I like a lot about the gun. I think it's a 130 I'm using this day. I think this is all bridge rubble from a bridge demolition they put out there in Marin County. It's cool to see the Jewfish. They're pretty much ignoring me, not really showing much interest, and not really an issue right now. I'm not spearing a whole lot, but they're not really bothering me or following me. There's a lionfish down there. I see that whitefish. That's an injured grouper. So I knew that was the one that my buddy must have shot. So I kind of figured he's going to come out from behind that rock and or that big pole, and he doesn't. So we got to be kind of careful going around the corner, kind of be ready to shoot this if I can quickly. And there's a perfect kill shot on him. Of course, he wasn't moving. That grouper was about 19 pounds gutted, I think. It was a pretty nice grouper. Even though he looks dead, I usually like to brain him, make double sure he can't get away or struggle. I have a little bit of trouble getting the shaft out. He's just wedged on there through that bone and everything's so hard. It's really tough sometimes to get it out. So now I got it at least sliding. It was just stuck on the shaft that hard. I'm trying to pull it out backwards, trying to get the flopper to come out, but it's not being cooperative. So I use my knife to try to open up a little bit of a little slot in the gill plate or in the head a little bit, somewhere where I can pull the shaft through. Still being difficult. I put a long line clip on my bungee on my gun. I think it's quicker to disconnect and connect. It's a little easier to manipulate for me. Kind of like it. It's a little bit big and bulkier than a normal one, but it's better. Here I'm sending a fish up on a float. Mako Spear Guns has some new floats. They're just designed just for fish. They're short, a little bit wide, and they probably have about 8 or 9 pounds of buoyancy. Just all you really need for a fish. Just setting up a fish. You could use an inflator on there if you wanted, but I find it just easier to just take my regulator out, put a little puff of air. It only takes a third of a breath to take a fish heading to the surface. That scared the hell out of me. That was a Jewfish. Came up and bit my fin real hard, really hard, and just took a bite, I guess, and spit it out. But it was enough to scare me. I kind of knew from the sound, I guess, and I knew what it was right away, I think. Luckily, it didn't grab the fin and shake me, and could have hurt a knee or an ankle, I assume. But he hit it hard. It wasn't even a very big Jewfish. Never had anything like that happen before. Here's a little sheep's head, not bad for eating. try to put the shaft through and the point through, push it back through, but it's not really being easy. So I just knife him and put him to sleep, and he's on the line. I just have to disconnect it from the gun.
Man, it's freezing down there. I lost one gag and got yours. Huh?
I saw you got the one I got.
Yeah.
Was there like a Jewfish smell in his blood? Maybe kind of.
No, but
How did you find him?
right after I sent him up.
Did you find this on the white?
Right after I sent him up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's down there. Yeah, that goes. Don't worry about it. A fucking Jewfish snuck up behind me and fucking ate my fin. Just sucked it in, like boom. I couldn't believe it doesn't wrap around that, friend.